Screaming Geek Man here. I am Jerry the Geek. Today we're going to talk about Terrifier 3 on 4K. But before we get into that, if you like physical media, if you like 4Ks, if you like Blu-rays, even DVDs, if you like home theater, just movies in general, please check out my other videos on my channel because I do these reviews, I do unboxings, I do collection updates every month, I do different discussions. Check that stuff out. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn your bell notifications on. And always feel free to comment below, let me know what you think. So let's talk about Terrifier 3 on 4K. Movie just came out last year, directed by Damien Leone. And you got Lauren Lavera coming back. She was in number 2. And plus the guy that played her brother, he came back. David Howard Thornton returns as Art the Clown, which I don't know if you could have had someone else better to play that character because he pulls it off. I talked about in the past 2 reviews of number 1 and 2, just his performance, his facial expressions and body language. He doesn't have to say a word, but he just puts on a phenomenal performance, and he is incredible. Now, the movie here, number 3, actually follows the events from the previous movie. Sienna and Jonathan, trying to move on after those events. And there's everything gets pretty freaking crazy, very brutal, but a very fun movie. I really enjoyed this one as much as the first 2. And of course, got a couple small roles people threw in there. Clint Howard, he appears in it. And the other guy, he actually plays Santa in the bar. I can't remember his name. I forgot to jot it down. I've seen him a lot in other TV shows, and a popular guy. You'll probably recognize him. So the 4K here comes from Umbrella. Just came out. And also Cineverse actually put out a 4K as well. You can get either one. The movie was filmed completely in digital, finished with HDR10 and Dolby Vision. Now, this, like the previous Terrifier movies, this does not lend itself to 4K at all. Because the way it was filmed, and they use the camera lenses to give it a fake grain look, faux, film-like appearance, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't give you the depth that a real film will do. It just gives you again, it's just a fake grain. Just doesn't work for 4K. It's a decent overall presentation. It's not bad, but just nothing to write home about. As far as comparing with Blu-ray, there's hardly any difference between the two. Maybe a little bit more color, but the Blu-ray itself is really good. Again, just because of the way it was filmed, you don't really see a big difference between the 2 formats. Now for the audio, they gave us a Dolby Atmos track here. Pretty good overall. It's clean. Nice subtle sound, some bass here and there. Good surround use. And really kind of pulls you into it, and really great ambience at times. But the one issue is the dialogue bleeds off a little bit into the left and right speakers. Not a lot. It's not distracting. I had a big issue with Terrifier 1 because of the sound effects bleeding off really bad, and I could not listen to the 5.1 track. But this one's not distracting. I actually, I left it in the surround mode. It just, being a little bit nitpicky, you want perfection. It just doesn't get there. Not as good as the audio of number 2. Terrifier 2, the audio, I did not notice that at all. So I'm not sure, they just didn't get a good mix here. Just not perfect, but still not as bad as number 1, like I said. Now for the packaging, I got this from Umbrella. This is the limited edition, slip cover. I freaking love the artwork. It's got a matte finish, but gloss highlights. Killer artwork. I freaking love these. Normally, I've said this many times, I normally throw slip covers away, but these are very cool. And like the other 2, these are a very tight fit, and you have to be careful. Different artwork for the actual cover. And open it up, we've got the different artwork for the 4K. And then you got the Blu-ray artwork. And it does have reversible cover art. And the only difference is it has the same artwork, but it has the rating logo on the front. I don't like that, so I flipped it over to this. That's the only difference between the two. Now, as far as bonus features here, we have an audio commentary with special effects maestro Christian Tinsley. Then we have an introduction from director Damien Leone. We got interviews with the director. We got a behind-the-scenes featurette. Then we have another featurette of special effects from Colosseum Studios. Don't know if I pronounced that right. Then we got another little time-lapse featurette of creating the demon, which was pretty cool. Creating the Virgin Mary time-lapse. Then we got a chainsaw weapon testing. And we got a Ice 9 Kills, a work of art music video, which is pretty cool. You know, music video that has another like mini movie attached to that. That's pretty cool. So definitely check that out. It was pretty neat. Then we also have a teaser and then a couple trailers. So some pretty cool stuff here for the bonus features. So to wrap it up here, the 4K of this is a very hard sell. It just, like all three of these movies were the same way. It just, if you're not into the collecting aspect of it, I would just get the Blu-rays because the 4K just does not give you any more. And just the way they're filmed does not present itself to 4K. Again, if you're not into the collecting, I recommend picking up the Blu-rays. The Blu-ray of this is, from Cineverse. You can get the Blu-ray from Umbrella, but if you want to save the money, there is an edition from Cineverse out, and it's selling for $22.96. And if you do want a 4K upgrade, Cineverse has one as well for $27.96. But if you do want the collectible art, the cover here, Umbrella still does have them and for sale for $26, but then you got to figure in a high shipping cost from Australia. So they do have some options, but I recommend just sticking with the Blu-rays. I just cannot recommend getting the 4Ks. So that does it for my look at Terrifier 3 on 4K from Umbrella. Please comment below, let me know what you think. Does my review help you sway you one way or another? Again, I say same for all three of the Terrifier movies. The 4Ks just aren't worth it unless you want to collect a different artwork. Please check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and we'll see you soon. Geek out.